Hey, so in this video we'll be doing a review for Agent Carter Season 1, Episode 7 and 8. So this episode started off in a flashback where we get our confirmation of who this doctor really is, and he's a comic book villain that he's able to hypnotize anyone, which I don't know, I'm not sure how, but he does, and he can get them to focus and get them to remember a lot of details about something that happened in the past. But he seemed really nice in the flashback, and then fast forward this present day. It starts off where the last episode ended up last time, where Peggy was captured, and it has the interrogation scene. But for some reason, this interrogation scene, it didn't work for me. Like the way it flashed through Thompson, Dooley, and Sousa, it just didn't. It just, the way that they acted when it cut to them, it just felt so weird to me. But the only thing I really liked was that Peggy was calm and cool and didn't really answer any of the questions. She was hesitant on saying anything about the Blitzkrieg button because it had the diseased blood in it. So, but it was nice to see that. Jarvis comes in because he to the SSR place because he is scared that something bad happened to Peggy, and he is bringing a confession from Howard to the SSR base to get Peggy clear. But we find later that it was a fake letter, and I don't know why he would do this after he committed treason the first time. So why would he want to get in more trouble now again for doing the exact same thing, pretty much? So Peggy gets fired, but then she comes clean about the blood and how she feels invisible, and she was reserved, she was scared, but then she was was happy when she was scared that when the blood was out of the container, but when she was when the container was closed and had the blood back in it, she was happy again. But she comes clean about how she felt invisible and how all the guys treated her badly, and but I never felt like Sousa treated her badly, but I guess in her mind it was, but I didn't see that. But I saw everyone else treated her badly, but no one else. But she only came clean because she needed them to trust her again, that the doctor's Leviathan, and how he was doing Morse code from across the street with someone. And when she said Leviathan was coming, I thought there was going to be more people coming, but it turns out not. But when they first said Leviathan was coming, I thought for some reason Ivan Vanko was going to be part of this, because we haven't really seen him, and they said they were going to explore Ivan Vanko's and Howard Stark's relationship, but they didn't in this season. But yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. But to go back a bit, in the interrogation scene, they skipped to Dottie, where she was buying a stroller, which was kind of odd. But when I thought about it, it's because Howard Stark's inventions are called bad babies, so she technically was buying it because she was stealing a baby, in other words. But this invention was item 17, which I didn't know anything about, but it was obviously, it's not from the comic books, so no one really knew what it was either. But for some reason, when they said item 17, I was hoping that it was some kind of Kree body or the obelisk from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because I wanted to connect more, but it wasn't. It's this this nerve gas that would make everyone angry. But I like how Jarvis knows every invention, but this invention he didn't, which was kind of weird. But because Jarvis knows everything, every invention that Stark created. So I thought it wasn't Stark's creation, but it was. But was called the Doctor hypnotized Dooley to get the invention. But when he was done, he told him to put this vest on, and we find out this vest is like a bomb, and there's no way to take it off. So Dooley actually had to sacrifice himself, and tells Peggy, "You have to get these guys for what they've done." So he sacrifices himself, and he like jumps out the window and he blows up. But before this, Sousa and Thompson are on the building, and they run into Dottie, where Thompson actually warns them, saying, "Shoot, because you don't want to." I met this little girl in Russia that has the same training pretty much as Dottie, and you don't want to see what a full-grown could probably do. So shoot, but no one shoots because Sousa gets his gun knocked out. But when he gets the gun, he does shoot, but misses in time. Dottie like jumps down the stairs and then kills the guy that was down the stairs. So yeah, it was weird. My favorite scene probably from that episode was the sneak peek that they actually showed, where Jarvis and Peggy are captured and handcuffed to the chair. It was the fun, and I've watched it so many times. Like, it was funny. So this final episode, Howard comes back, for some reason they don't trust him, which I don't understand either. Like, I don't know why the SSR agents don't trust him, but they have like a press conference and saying that he's a hero and all his inventions are back and stuff like that. He's the best. But Thompson wasn't really happy about that. And the Doctor's plan, he was there. He was going to release the gas on New York City Times Square, but changed it because they found out Howard was there. So they kidnapped Howard, and Howard was hypnotized and fake memory planted, saying that he's going to rescue Captain America and like his head, but he was actually going to release his own invention on the Times Square to get him in more trouble, I'm guessing. But the only reason was because Howard's invention killed the Doctor's brother in Battle of Fanal. So he pretty much was revenge. So, but in this scene, like the memory, the shield that they had for Captain America, which apparently it is the same shield that they used in the movie, but it was bright, like really bright. But it's odd. I don't know how powerful this guy is to manipulate people's minds like that. I can understand like getting them to remember things, but putting fake memories in someone, I couldn't. I don't know how strong this guy is, but he's obviously really good at this. But we finally get our fight between Dottie and Peggy, which Peggy was angry, like she was literally angry at Dottie, and but Dottie's pushed out of the window, and but we come back to find out Dottie is alive and she disappeared somewhere. So, but they're setting this up as season 2 if it does get picked up, which I would hope so, because that was not nice that they just cut like that there. So I don't know where she went. And I like how Howard is like what's called, doesn't remember Dottie's name at all, which I was hoping that Dottie's name wasn't actually the name that they found out what's called early on when Jarvis and Peggy were doing the investigation for the girls that were supposedly could have been in Russia, but they found out this weird name. It was Ida, but I wish it wasn't. Like, I wish it was someone else. But anyway, Howard has no idea what her name is, and like he gets slapped all the time, like getting slapped by her because he doesn't remember, and so yeah, it was just like comic relief there, and he needs to get better security because we found out that the first time that his invention was stolen for Battle of Finale, it was stolen again. It was stolen twice, and then he has a bigger vault that the main battle pretty much took place, which it didn't look like he had any security in there as well. So yeah, he needs to get better security. Thompson gets the credit for saving the world, but he wanted to tell them that Peggy actually did it, but he didn't because probably they wouldn't believe them. But she didn't really care, and she just wanted the approval of her boss and her coworkers and all that. So it was nice to see that. And Sousa finally gets the nerve and asks Peggy out on a date, and she says, "I can't tonight. I'm busy with a friend." And we find out the friend was Angie, and Jarvis and Howard pretty much said, "You can live here now in this really nice place." So we don't know what's gonna happen there, but they're living together and all that kind of stuff. And end credit scene. What's called Arlen Zola pops up in the same cell that this doctor's in. Which, why would he put this someone actually said this too. Why would he put two bad people in the same cell? Like, these bad people in the same cell. I don't know why. But I don't think that full thing, honestly, that whole Dottie and doctor situation, I don't think that was the full Leviathan. So that's about it. Comment down below what you thought of this episode or these episodes and what I should review next. And tomorrow I'll be doing a Ask Kyle L. So comment down below any questions you have for me, and I'll answer them tomorrow. So see ya.